We start tonight with breaking news. Angel City Mayor Richard Marquardt and Police Chief Wanda Raskoff has labeled parts of Angel City to be anarchist jurisdictions after days of rioting and looting have left many businesses destroyed and many more without work. Angel City PD has issued a go-home order and authorized its officers to use deadly force against those who refuse to comply and leave the area. To aid in the efforts, Benevolent CEO Andrew Boer has pledged his company's efforts and money behind the police department to help get this city back on track. And I, for one, am glad to finally see strong words from the true leadership in this city. The Benevolent Corp has had our safety in mind from day one. They're relative newcomers, but you know what? They're ready to call Angel City their home. And what of these despots that are ruining the city? These so-called outlaws of Angel City. It's been days since we've seen or heard anything from them. Why? It's because they're scared. They're scared of people like Andrew Boer, true leaders within the city. They're scared of people like Mayor Marquardt and Police Chief Raskoff. They're scared of what they're going to do when they find them. And oh, they will find them. And when they do, justice will be served. Order will be restored. And then, and only then, can we go back to normal. We'll have more about this developing story after the break. Stay tuned. At Benevolent Corporation, our founder cared for our world and dreamed of feeding it only the best science can offer. So we pour our assets and our people into bringing you the world's best synthetic food. From meatless meats and soy cheese, to hydrating energy cocktails to keep you at your peak. We create meals so good you'll swear you're addicted to them. Everything is delivered right to your door, so meal planning is a thing of the past. And you can just focus on being you. The best you. Benevolent Corporation. We care about you. Everyone, welcome to tonight's episode of Angel City Stories. How y'all doing tonight? I'm glad that you all have decided to join us for our fun adventures. I'd like to introduce our slightly smaller crowd tonight. Oh, for a second there I looked over and I thought that he's lit. I'm gonna start with him because he's lit like he's in The Empire Strikes Back and he's wearing a Pew Pew shirt. It's Joe as MC Grifter.
One of the better films. And also, I want everyone in this channel to know I have spent many a shower thinking about arguments to make against our Grandpa Titus over here about Star Wars.
All right. Well, you know what? You and I are going to do this very soon because we got to get on this now.
It's going to be one of the. It's going to be an extra. I feel like it's going to be an extra podcast episode. That's for sure.
It will be.
Yeah.
I did buy a pool for us to hit each other with pool noodles.
My money is that it's going to go Ahsoka to nuclear very fast.
With that pun, they are Cassie playing Katassi.
All day, every day. What you guys don't realize is this is just really actually me. So think about that.
Soon head of social media, maybe. We'll see. There we go. Tuba Northwest. Grandpa Titus may be retired, but he's not. It's Alex playing Billy.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Terms of service.
Oh, come on. Coconuts are a wonderful summer fruit.
Prove it.
And of course, an emergency.
All right, so you know what? Now we're going to get coconuts for that Star Wars stream. We're going to drill into them and drink coconut water.
So we can
It'll be
beat each
fine.
other with them.
No, you
You wear
just
Hawaiian shirts.
yeah, yeah. You pour the rum into it, and you just drink straight out of the coconut.
You know,
Don't forget the
we
lime.
need to get. I think we need to get some of Darth Muppet's D20 Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That'd be a great one to wear. Although they're like rompers, aren't
If you
they?
guys
They're
know-
like full-on onesies.
No, he's got a shirt and shorts and a hat.
Oh, okay. Because the other one he had like a
Yep.
onesie for. That part I'm here for. Just give me
onesie you want-
pajamas. Yeah, absolutely.
Rompers all day long.
Hell yeah. Due North rocking yet again a badass haircut. I feel so underdressed when it comes to hair tonight. It's Wild playing Eve.
Thank you. Please don't feel underdressed. You always look smooth. And then also, guys, I looked up a punk rock playlist for tonight, and I'm really, really pained to say that it is a Fall Out Boy and Paramore punk playlist, which isn't a bad thing. It's entitled Classic Punk Rock. And there's
No.
so much more that we could do
Yes.
than this.
Okay.
MC5. Dropkick.
Is that what you posted in the thing?
Yeah, I was upset.
Oh, a
I
little
was
offended. This is
upset.
classic fun.
Oh, but it's not an official one. So
Oh.
whoever this person is, no, they just don't know what's up.
They're too young.
They're very young.
Now I've
You can,
just got to go judge it now.
in fairness, you can go to
Dear
Emo
Maria.
Forever, and you can get all the MC Army to start you with. So hang 'em high. Do you know what they do to guys like us in prison? Like, that's a little bit more our speed. Just saying.
How did you? Okay, so a couple of these actually make sense.
I'm so glad that somebody else is outraged. Thank you.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna copy it, and we're gonna
I'm-
put it into the Twitch
No.
chat. Yeah, we are. No, we're gonna put it in
Don't
the
do that to people. That's
no,
mean.
Look. If you're gonna make comments about it, you might as well give the people.
All right, fair.
There you go.
What the
We put it
fuck?
in there
Share
for
with
you.
the class.
We share with the class. We're not gonna play it because DMCA and shit. But if you'd like to follow
Teenagers?
along,
Teenagers have taught us that mocking is way more fun in groups.
true. Also,
There are-
teenagers
there are
scare the
like-
living shit out of me.
There are like 3 songs on there that I would call classic punk rock. Okay.
I have had Sugar We're Going
Like-
Down stuck in my head a lot lately, though. If I'm gonna be real honest.
Welcome to the Old Fart Podcast.
Okay.
There's a song called 1985. That's pretty old.
No, and I will throw something at you.
It's like 35 years old now.
Why don't you go ball
Yeah,
for
that's the
soup?
name of the song. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh,
Hey,
Here.
hey, hold on. Bowling for Soup. I love those guys. I know they
I
don't
think I
listen
love
to
them.
I know they don't listen to this podcast, but I love them to death. They love me. Mwah. Love you, boys.
You don't know that,
what?
but it's unlikely.
What? That they don't
I just
listen to this
wanna say.
podcast?
Yeah.
Well, they only have
Am
they
I-
have their own podcast and stuff like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah, don't
possible.
go listen to that.
I feel
Here,
sure.
listen
I
to
feel
this one.
sure they'll hit me up on Twitter, because that's where all the old
Okay.
people apparently hang out. Thank you, millennials, for that. By the way,
You're welcome.
speaking of hip millennial boy, it is Pete playing Bunny Boy.
Oh, hey, it's me.
You thought I was gonna get away without introducing you. I wasn't.
Yeah. I'd just like to say, Mallow called us a smaller cast, but I'm pretty sure I'm still the same height. But still got the same personality.
Blizz is under the weather tonight, so he is recuperating. So we wish him the best, and we give him all the
Getting
kisses and nut punches later.
I can go punch him right now if you want me to.
He's probably asleep. Don't do that. Like, maybe
Don't punch
wait.
him.
Perfect time to punch him. His defenses are down.
Okay, Dwight.
The eyes are the groin of the face.
All right, look, we all know the rule is if you fall asleep with your shoes on, you get stuff drawn on your face.
He's just
Military
resting.
bullshit.
No,
He's just resting to get better.
that was not military stuff. That was.
That was just
Liz overdid it last week, and he's still hungover.
pretty much, yeah. Before we get started in tonight's episode, playidentico.com. We still have a couple more copies of In Defiance of Chaos. There are things in this book, by the way, that if you haven't read about, are going to become very, very important by the end of this thing. Just going to say that out loud.
If you're watching the Chaos Inc. podcast, there are things in that book that are going to be very, very important soon.
Also very true.
Put us on your RSS feed.
Yep.
You gotta have it.
We provide you with hours of entertainment every week.
Yep. You also find stickers. Everybody was holding up the book. I'll also hold up my book because I've got it all nice and done out and stuff. Look at the book. It's very nice. It's shiny.
Right.
It's soon to be sold in even more friendly local game stores. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Nothing that we have to announce in the next week or two at all. Maybe sooner than that. We'll see.
This weekend.
This
maybe.
weekend, big announcement. Pay attention to the tweeters. To the tweeters.
I have to get on the TikToks.
And the TikToks. I'm on the TikToks actually.
I
I
still
am on the
need to get on
TikToks
the
too.
TikTok.
I'm making someone teach me how to make TikToks this weekend because I have to.
Just act like me, like an asshole, and then it'll be fine. That's what I've been told.
People.
Welcome to the old folks home, everybody. Oh my goodness.
How do I
we
press
took
a
over that
button?
app.
It's just glass. There's no buttons. It's just glass.
Oh my god. Also, just to let you all know, there is a brand new story out that also takes place in the timeline right now. It's called Warehouse 54. It's available on Amazon Kindle, anywhere in the world. So go search Warehouse 54 on Amazon.com. You can check it out. I feel sure somebody will drop the link in the chat here in a bit. It'll happen. I guarantee. Yeah, Mox, if you want to call us, let's go. Let's do it. Fuck it. We'll sell to you too.
Speaking of mocks,
Yep.
I was there actually it was last week, and speaking to one of the servers there, apparently, they offer benefits.
Yep.
And all of that good stuff. So if you are looking for a job and you do serve and you are in the Seattle area, please go check out Mox. It's a great place and full of a lot of great people, and I'll probably see you there.
It's kind of a guaranteed way to get FaceTime with this cast.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much one of those things. Support your friendly local game stores. Do as much as you possibly can. We're in many of them here in the Pacific Northwest, all the way out to Idaho. Alex, we're all the way out to Idaho now, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, Idaho and
Yes.
Montana. If you're back on the
There
East
was stuff
Coast,
sold in Idaho and Montana.
yeah, if you're back on the East
Coming
Coast
soon.
or across the pond or anything like that, just holla at us and tell your local game stores that you want to buy Identico and that they should come buy for us. We actually negotiate directly with them. We don't go through distributors. So
Hopefully, game stores in the Northeast will start having our stuff very, very soon. We're
even
working on
more,
it.
actually.
I'm
We have
working on
several. Although a lot of places around the table sold out. Zulu's is sold out right now. And a couple others that I've been to
Oh,
recently.
I know
as
Zulu
well.
maybe still had a couple.
I didn't see one last time, and they only had like one the last time I was in there before then.
Oh,
So
You know. We could attend PAX this year, and instead of throwing flyers or money off the balcony, just throw books. Just throw the idea to
that's
distribute.
not dangerous at all.
Oh, Bunny Boy's in charge.
We're gonna look up below right before we throw them, and then we're covered legally.
I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty certain that's not how that works.
This wouldn't have happened if you all were 6 feet apart. Just saying.
You stand at the top of a building and yell, "Disclaimer!" Does that count as a disclaimer?
Well, you know what? We're gonna put that. We might put that to the test at some point in time in this stream. If you run up and yell "disclaimer" at the top of a building, doesn't count. Oh goodness. Katassi's hair looks perfectly curled at the top and makes me want soft serve. Damn right, Moonlit. Damn right.
When I was a kid, my mom used to tell me that little kids with curls in their hair were bad. Guess what hasn't changed?
I think that's all the announcements we have. Announcement this weekend on the Twitters, books, stuff, people, I think that's all we have to talk about, right? Yes, I think that's all we have to talk about. All right. Let's recap the last episode real quick, and then we're going to jump into tonight's episode. The Outlaws are outside of Angel City still. They went out into the wastes in search of organic seeds that haven't been tampered with by Benevolent. They made their way through the former over towards the former Colorado River. Spent a tranquil night under the natural stars for the first time in a long time. And after a long rest, the team made their way due north and found a couple settlements along the riverside. And after negotiating their way inside the settlement, they met with the leaders. One was an older stately man named Earl and his wife Amanda. They informed the team that they're part of sort of a 3 settlement collective commune, however you want to kind of see, overseen by somebody called the Preacher Man. Eve received a video call from Philippe, who was actually beaten to hell and threatened by one of the same people who killed Titus. Basically, Zemo kind of did a few gestures at the camera, dropped a pin, and said, "Come at me, bro." But before the team could negotiate a trade and hightail it back to Angel City, raiders attacked the settlement. The team helped defend the settlement, and after the fight settled down, they were able to negotiate for seed crops. And they have rested up and are about to make their way back to Angel City. But as you have heard and seen in the pre-show roll, Rico and the rest of the familia that they have been helping back in Angel City have not just been sitting on their hands while this team is gone. They have been using some of the weaponry and tactical advantage that they have been given to try to make some inroads within Angel City, of which these sort of smaller pockets of fighting and just basically rioting, looting, you name it, right? They essentially armed a bunch of civilians and said, "Don't go do this," and they did. They're doing it for maybe what we would consider the right reasons, but of Angel City PD, the mayor, and Benevolent Corp is not exactly happy. Benevolent is using this as an opportunity to step in and actually show their good graces for their new adopted home city of Angel City. And that is where we are going to pick up. You all are still at the settlement currently, and I believe the last thing that we heard in the last episode was Billy had some bright ideas on how to get back into the city. And so I believe that is where we will pick up, is you all making your way back to Angel City. What would you all like to do?
Something like that. We're all in Billy's Jeep, right? Is that where we're all still at?
Correct. It was your pickup truck.
Okay. Pickup truck. All right. So I guess Billy's looking at Eve and it's like, we're heading back, right? Like that's the plan. And we need to get into the city. And the security situation is worse.
It would appear to be that way, yes. You've only picked up little bits of newsreels and things like that while you've been out in the wastes, but from what you can tell, yeah, the situation's degraded slightly in Angel City since you left. Mom and Dad left the city, and then the kids just went and played, and you see what fucking happens.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, it's kind of a long drive. I guess we could go more direct back. Are we in a hurry? Okay.
Yes, yeah, that's...
Okay, well, let's load up these rockets. We're going to need them to get back into the city.
I got like a 50,000 foot primer on this plan that apparently involves rockets.
Did I not mention the rockets before?
I feel like you did, but I don't listen very well.
Well,
That's
okay.
how we were gonna get the rockets on over the wall. If I remember right.
Well, I've got 2 pieces of this plan. some of which you may like, some of which you may not. Now, Bunny's a really good driver, right?
No.
Accepted premise, yes.
Okay. And Grifter's crazy.
Proven premise, yes.
I wouldn't say
Hey.
crazy.
And I'm a little
That
crazy,
is
so I have an idea. So as we're driving more direct back, so Mallow, I'm gonna say right now I'm driving. See, we're over by the Colorado River Reservation. Tier computer. So we're gonna move due west at this point, like straight up, and we're gonna cut down to the 10. Is Palm Springs still part of Angel City or no?
Not really.
Okay.
It's like on the border. Palm Springs, being it's usually like the very bougie place to go and stuff like that. Now it's more like the starting city that you grew up in Fallout 4 before the actual thing happens. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
bomb to hell.
So we're gonna get to like Morongo Valley, just north of Palm Springs. And did you guys ever play with bottle rockets as a kid?
Yeah, isn't that what we attach the seeds to?
No, you guys are gonna take the seeds in on hand. We're gonna attach me and Grifter to the rockets.
There's a little problem with coming back down.
Explain. And parachutes exist. I just want to understand your thinking here.
You already got it. Parachutes exist.
Billy's a jet, so this is inconsequential for you.
If we could get you guys up there with like hang gliders, it honestly wouldn't be the worst thing ever.
I'm saying, right? But I'm saying even parachutes would work at this point.
Parachutes don't offer the mobility that you're going to want if you're going to be dropping into a city that's literally looking to kill you.
I'm gonna follow this up with a couple questions. First one, why? And second, why?
Distractions.
Wingsuit?
Ooh, wingsuit. And I snap like, yes. There we go.
Yeah, do you just have one?
No, but we can make
Look
it.
around the desert.
I'm not putting my 900-pound robot into a homemade wingsuit that you just
I'm
cobble
sorry.
together out of Walmart dumpster
Are you,
leavings.
are you finally saying no to a reckless plan that includes a possibility of you being able to shoot people? Because I'm really confused right now.
Well, it's not so much the shooting people that's the problem. That's fine. It's the, potential of muffins just being turned into a crater is the problem.
No. We're going to
upset
totally
about
disconnect.
Like, it's not even getting turned into a crater in the fun way that way. This is just like gravity just did its thing kind of fun way.
What
Like,
if you
okay.
aim towards a building though, and then just let that break your fall? That would be fine.
Okay, there is an alternate plan.
Well, two alternate plans. I have an idea.
Okay. All right.
Can Grifter, can muffins just turn into a box? Do your transformer abilities add you to turn into a hollow box that we can stuff seeds in and just drive through?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, what's your plan, Billy?
Okay, plan B is if we go in near the 10, right? There is a hole in the wall, but usually tracked. Now, there's an Air Force base in the Inland Empire that if we fire 4 of the rockets at it, should distract the fucking anti-air drones and the surveillance drones long enough for us to get through the wall and into San Bernardino. But we're certainly going to kill some military personnel when we launch rockets into an Air Force base. Also, if we get caught, they'll kill us.
I also feel like the plummeting from the sky might kill us too.
I think we might have a better shot.
If they catch us, they'll kill us is true of literally every plan we have for this. Secondly, I like we don't shoot people on rockets and instead shoot rockets at people just from an efficacy standpoint. and potential liabilities, Dan.
There is a documentary by the famous Wile E. Coyote that shows that shooting yourself is not like shooting yourself into the air is not very it's just not a good track record. So I'm in agreement with Katassi there. Do we still have the C4 vest?
I believe at the end of last episode, he took it back.
Okay.
He
I
saw
don't
that you
blame
didn't need
him.
it anymore, and he was like, "All right, cool, I got this.
Well,
Thanks."
I mean,
Okay.
that's
So-
rather presumptuous of him, but yeah, go ahead.
So it's far less distance if we're going straight back.
Yes.
Can Cupcake fly?
Oh, we can launch Cupcake.
I mean, if you throw them hard enough, sure.
So Cupcake is
Again.
not a drone.
No. Again, it's the landing that's the problem.
Okay.
Does Muffins have a shovel appendage? Because we're trying to go over, maybe we can go under.
I mean, we have enough explosives. We could honestly just go through the wall if we wanted to.
No. See, that'll bring them to us. That's why we want to shoot the rockets
just-
at the place where we're not gonna be.
Why don't we just fire a bunch of rockets and then try to sneak into the city the same way we came out?
Because that requires going all the way around, and that's an extra day drive.
Question.
The range we're going now is 140 miles, or we drive 400, which is the way we came.
We also have the contact I can call in that might be able to get us in.
Yes, Mr. Pete.
So in this timeline, do the descendants of El Chapo's group of organizers, do they exist? They're pretty good at this.
Yeah, they're the guys that I work for.
Yeah, so let's just get them to tunnel a hallway and drive motorcycles.
So we
Isn't there
did this
still
once in
those
Juarez. You can tunnel, but to tunnel something wide enough for Grifter to crawl through would take us about 6 hours for every 5 or 10 feet of tunneling.
Okay,
Especially
so we're
if you
back
don't want it to fall
throwing in.
down. Again, if we're okay with the shooting the rockets at the Air Force Base, it's a big target. It will distract them long enough, and we can just blow through the checkpoint.
I'm out of ideas. That
Eve,
was my ace in the hole.
you're kind of in charge, right?
Did we ever answer the question about the C4 vest earlier? Because if there's, you said checkpoint. Are there guards looking at that specific point right there? Because we may need to also create a closer, smaller distraction to pull them away from their post.
No, I'm presuming that Muffin's going to be that distraction. If we distract them well enough with the rockets, there should only be like 4 guys there, and Muffin should just be able to shoot them.
Did we completely decimate all of the vehicles from the raiders?
The answer to that is probably not. No.
Are any of them operable?
Operable enough. A good driver could probably operate one. They're not the easiest things to pilot.
Okay, so here's what I propose. Either we can do kind of a weekend at Bernie's thing and try and rig up one of those cars with the dead bodies of the raiders and roll it up into the outpost so that they have a distraction. They're gonna know
There's a
what
rocket
they're supposed
inside.
to do. There could be a rocket inside, or there could be the white phosphorus as well instead,
Oh,
because that has the chemical stuff. No, you don't want to do that? We'll
No.
explode everything.
No, white phosphorus doesn't explode.
Sorry, we'll set it on fire.
Yeah, but then we have to go through it, and you don't want to drive through that.
If you go fast enough, fire doesn't affect you.
It's not the
little
fire; it's the chemical that you're breathing in
Dark wave generator.
that burns the inside of your lungs.
Just don't breathe. Double mask.
Okay, but their other idea is we can either have it just be a complete distraction and then ride through the other side of the checkpoint, because honestly, what of those guards is not going to be like, what the fuck is this? Oh my god! And then what we can do is slip past them and then.
So, I like your plan. So let's weaken and Birdie's the Raider vehicle. but let's stick some explosives inside. And then when they go up to check it and are like, what the fuck? Then we'll blow up regular explosives, some HME, and then we'll go in the other side like you had the idea.
So, yeah, should we try and set a rocket towards one of the other entrances too?
Hey,
just to make sure?
I still think we should fire 3 rockets at the Air Force Base.
We could use 3 rockets to the Air Force Base. I think we made like 7 of them or something like that. Anyways, so we already gave 1 away. Then we also have the 3 that you want to shoot at the Air Force Base. We could shoot one at one of the other entrances to the town to make sure that they don't just pinpoint on the one that we're going through. And then just
Mallow,
have a little calamity.
What's the nearest checkpoint away from the one that's on the 10?
It's probably on the other side of the state park, or as you get down towards like La Mesa, San Diego, that area.
Well, so a ways. Our rockets probably don't have that kind of range.
Yeah, but what if we have muffins throw it like a football?
That's like 120 miles away.
What if we have muffins throw it really hard like a football?
If you can throw something 120 miles, like we should just send muffins to kill these guys and go.
I bet I could throw a football over the mountains right there.
If you threw it far and hard enough, it could hit the atmosphere and then probably catch some weightlessness up there anyways. All we would have to hope for is that it didn't land on the city.
That's why I was aiming for the Air Force Base, because I don't want to hurt people in the town.
Fair.
I figured we didn't care about the military.
Do we know where the Third Eye crew is coming in from? Because we could also have them just create mayhem as they're coming in the other direction they're coming from, assuming many things.
I think if we do this the way you just described, we've got more than enough mayhem to make it to this checkpoint.
Okay.
Okay, so we're taking one of the Raider vehicles, sticking their bodies inside.
Okay.
Tow that to just north of Palm Springs. That should take us like, what, 3 hours to get there?
Roughly, yeah, it's not too far.
Okay.
Yo.
So we'll set up a
question.
nice, yeah.
So we could do all of this, and then I could probably contact Ben and have him start reporting on the calamity that's happening at the other entrance and or the Air Force, and like have the entire TV station focus in on it. Sorry, Wix just talked about in the chat to prank call it in, but that's a really good idea because we have somebody at the news station who could actually provide that coverage.
Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So you call him. I'm going to set up the rockets to launch from Bonnie Bell into the Air Force Base. Then we're only like a 20-minute drive. And who's remote controlling the car?
I will. I don't have driving, but I do have computers. And since I have to hack it to do it,
Yes.
that's
Then you can give the interface to Bunny, right?
oh, that's true.
Wait, which car are you piloting is the question. Are you trying to pilot by remote control?
The Raider
Easiest.
The Raider one is not. That is gasoline and like V8 and like that is not computers. I don't know if the people that you killed last week could spell computer.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is, in order for this plan to work, I have to give up my truck.
I mean, I'm not telling you what to have to do in terms of that, but I'm just telling you that there's not a computer in the.
All right, fine. Use my truck. It has a computer. Bunny will pilot it with those guys. We'll take the Raider thing, and then I'm gonna go steal another car later.
We're just boosting cars now. We really are Fast and the Furious.
Family. So
I like this idea better than Muffin's Meteor Tower.
Hey, I was gonna go with you.
Yeah, but you have jets and shit. I don't.
What?
I have little jump jets to help me land.
The only thing to help me stay off the ground is my weapons and my hatred.
Okay, fine. All right, so Sean, I'm gonna make a demolitions roll to aim the rockets
Okay, thank you.
where I want them to hit. Now the area I'm trying to hit's pretty big,
Yes.
right? I didn't pick a small stuff. I'm trying to hit the March Air Force Base.
Okay, now roll.
I'm trying to not hit the In-N-Out burger.
Okay, but in fairness, the Air Force base out that way is corp controlled.
Right?
Right. Okay, just
I'm
making
just
sure.
trying to distract first responders
Fair
from
enough.
the gate.
Okay, just making sure.
And that's not far from there.
Yep.
Okay.
This ought to be interesting.
Well, hang on. Let's lay out the other dice. Here we go. Let's use these ones. Okay. Do. Oh, that's a D12. I will use my glow to help me do the math. That wasn't terrible. Dirty 20.
You think you might have it going in the right direction?
Well, I mean, obviously I could use a compass to say what direction it's going.
No, but like where it's going to land, where you think it's going to land. You're trying to do rocket science.
It's actually not that difficult. This is not full rocket science.
I-
This is actually fairly simple geometry.
Does Billy know that though? Is the question.
All right, Anto.
I'm going on the like Toyota Hilux model where we load rockets in and fire them into El Paso from
Okay.
Juarez.
All right.
Just
All
FYI, chat. Last week after the show, he kept linking pictures of a Toyota Hilux at like 11:30 at night.
It's true.
Hey, look, everyone go
Talking
Google
about the truck.
Google Toyota Hilux Technical and you'll see why.
Yeah.
Shrink him down into a 4-year-old and put a camo hat on. He was talking about trucks. It was great.
Okay, so I got my dirty 20.
Uh-huh.
Did they have the bodies loaded up?
Yeah, I would imagine so. You guys have loaded bodies up into it, right? And what are you using to explode this thing, by the way, when you get there?
Another rocket.
That's the only demolitions you have left.
So I
That
put another
isn't the
rocket-
white phosphorus stuff
So-
that
So
Eve
I'm
made.
using 3 rockets for the Air Force Base. You said we had 5 left, right?
You would have
6.
you're using 3, you had 7, so that's 4.
Okay. We put 1 rocket in the trunk of the car, of the truck,
Uh-huh.
and we'll put the other 2 in the trunk of the thing.
All right, so you're using all 7 basically.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a remote detonator?
We can make one of those.
Okay.
Did I give him his remote detonator back?
You did.
Oh, okay. That was really nice of me.
I have electronics. Has
Yeah.
anybody got better than like what is my total with skill ability? Does anybody have better than a 4 in electronics?
I have A4.
Does that include your intelligence bonus?
I have a 6.
No.
Wait, you're supposed to add those?
Yes. Your your
Do you
electronics.
understand now why I asked you to make how-to videos for this game?
Yes, please.
All right. Don't yell at me.
I have a 6. I can help you with it.
All
All
right.
right, you go, Joe.
Katassi's like, no.
All right.
All right. You're able to fashion up. We'll say that between the things that you can find in the junkyard, of the outpost before you leave, and being able to use enough like radio transmitters and things like that from glows or dead glows and stuff like that you're able to scrap together, I say you can get enough. Like you can get 3 detonators essentially. So you've got a dirty 20 to set up the rockets headed towards
The Air Force
the
Base.
Air Force Base. Okay.
Okay.
Who's doing the rest of this? I need
Well,
some
Joe made
rolls.
the detonator.
Joe made the detonators. Yep. He's pretty confident he made those well.
I'll set the demo in the trunk of the truck.
Okay.
Back of the truck that we're gonna use for that. And I got a 17 to that. And then Katassi's got to program it to drive.
Okay.
I assume
we're
it's
good.
software?
So yeah, you would use software plus your intelligence.
We're gonna be fine.
21.
Say that again.
21.
Okay. So, in your AR, you're able to bring up a couple of different displays, seeing the rough sort of GPS location of the truck. So what is the order that you guys are gonna go in? I wrote like 15 different ways of you guys getting back into the city. This was not one of them.
Okay, so
Good.
I'm gonna get into my exosuit, and I'm going to invite Bunny to drive the Raider car that we're gonna take into the city because we're using my truck to blow up the checkpoint.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me a controller to control your suit.
No, that is. I'm
Buddy
not a
wants to
Rob.
fly a
Less
plane.
excited.
Yeah.
Do I need to buy you a? Do we need to steal you an exosuit?
I
we
don't know
not?
if you can handle that.
I stole this one, didn't I?
You did?
Make us all jets.
Okay.
Put Billy in the jet.
That's the end of the show, is a flying V formation up in the sky.
Okay.
Triple D.
While the Top Gun
Kinda.
soundtrack plays in the background.
Give
Okay.
me a
Yes.
muffin size suit like that, and we can fire her in the
I say-
rockets wherever.
We just need to. The risk estimate distance on these rockets is probably about 500 meters. So we just need to drive 500 meters behind the truck all the way to the checkpoint. And when the truck gets there, we blow it up. And right now, I'm going to send rockets into the city.
Okay, so you've loaded up a couple of bodies into your truck. The rest of you are in a Raider truck,
Yeah.
and when you get to a certain point, you're going to set off the rockets.
No, I'm setting up the rockets now. We're
Oh.
only like 20 minutes away.
Okay. Is there anybody else doing anything else on this plan before we start having rolls for this?
I'm gonna text. Actually, I'm gonna call Ben.
Okay.
And just like tip him off, and be like, "Hey, look for some explosive content at Air Force Base and this exit," and I'll like tell them a different exit than where we were going.
When you call Billy, he goes, Eve? Like,
Hey, Benny boy.
but I'm in the middle of the newsroom right now. Like,
I have some news tip-offs for you
oh,
for
okay, okay.
breaking news.
And he tries to like hold off, and he tries to like kind of go over here. Like, he's like, "You wanted? Why are you calling me?"
This is not a glow that is associated with me. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. I just need you to make sure that you guys get some coverage on a couple of places in Angel City.
He looks around. I'm listening.
Air Force Base, and I don't know what exit it is actually, Mellow.
Well, you said you're going through the 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to send them, but she's trying to distract them. So tell him that they need to be looking at the 40.
Ben, look at the 40.
Okay. What's about to happen?
You'll see. It's some really explosive content.
I'm scared.
You'll be safe. It's okay.
Oh god.
Nobody who is worth anything will be hurt. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. And then you hear somebody tell, "Ben, get your ass over here. We're going back live in 5."
Tell him to suck a fucking nut.
Shut
I'll
up.
talk to you later.
All right, gotta go. And he hangs up. All right. Give me a demolitions roll as the truck pulls up to the checkpoint.
Okay, so we already fired the rockets into the base.
Yes. You have no idea where they went, by the way, because you have no eyes on them. So
I'm trying to tune my glow to local, like, you know how they like you got police scanners and stuff,
uh-huh.
and I'm trying to see if they've got any like sending fire trucks here.
Your hacker could be able to do that if she wasn't controlling a truck.
Yeah.
About that, is it possible to have Digi go control the truck?
Uh,
Mapped out. Can I send him on that errand?
roll for Digi.
Nice, good idea.
Is he a D10 or 12?
He's a D10, I believe.
Seven.
7. You tell Digi to like drive it, and he's like, you said 7, right? Okay, and he's like this, and he's like, what do? What is drive? That's that thing you do, right? You drive?
Yeah, Digi. So look, do you see this map here? And do you see this beep here? I need you to move this beep to this X on this map in the most efficient manner possible.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I failed to define a variable, and this is going to go real interestingly, but yeah.
So, from where you guys are at, the car takes off and just hops the curve and just keeps going in that straight direction because you said in the most efficient way possible. So it's doing a direct line towards the gate.
We should probably follow that thing.
I was specific. Why? Why do we need to follow it?
Because we need to be behind it so when it blows up, we can go through shortly after.
Oh, right.
Also, we should probably prepare some suppressive fire there, Muffins.
You got it.
In case shit.
There is a turret on the top of this thing if you want to use it.
All right,
Just saying.
Muffin should get in the turret.
No.
and I will fire out the window.
It can be controlled by the driver or the co-driver. It's one of the automated.
Oh, fun. Who wants to shoot the turret? I think Eve wants to shoot the turret.
I do
The
wanna shoot
eyebrows
the
just
turret.
jumped up. Okay.
I'll just prep Muffins to, fire out a window or open the back doors and shoot out bank robbery style.
Okay.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Katassi, are you trying to figure out the sitch in terms of the emergency response?
Yeah, I'm trying to ping like radio broadcast, news broadcast, any kind of internal communication radio stuff between us and the base that we were hitting. And the other.
Alex, I am rolling against your demolitions roll.
That was my dirty 20.
Katassi, give me a software check.
Got it.
Go Rockets, go Rockets.
Do I add intelligence to that or not? I'm genuinely
Absolutely.
confused
You always
now.
do.
Okay. 24. Then wow, no wonder I've been rolling low this entire time.
Okay. With that, you are able to find one of the local sort of emergency response kind of open band pieces. One of the rockets hit into like a fast food joint and is now on fire.
Oh, not in and out.
One of them has been you've heard that is unidentified but shot down. And the third has crash landed in the middle of the Air Force Base, and you can't quite pick up their signal because it's a little bit more encrypted. But there is a lot more chatter happening there than there was like 5 seconds ago.
Yo, Billy, looks like one of them didn't land at all. One of them hit your fast food place, and one of them hit target right on. I can't understand what's going on there. They've got their stuff pretty locked down, but there's a lot of chatter around the area.
Okay, it probably hit the in and out across the street. Which is sad. But we'll be okay.
Oh no, where will we get overrated hamburgers now?
Shots fired. Literally.
We'll just go to Whataburger.
Yep.
White
Okay.
Castle.
Digi is rolling this truck to the gate. Who's pushing the button?
Well, Eve's on the turret. Bunny's driving our car right behind. I go, all right. So as soon as I see, do we see Digi pull up to the gate? We're trying to keep a 500 meter-ish distance.
It's not so
Oh, I
much.
definitely didn't.
Yeah, he didn't specify he had to stop when he got to the gate. So,
There should be a barrier.
can you roll Digi's drive check for me, please?
Oh, Digi.
Is that? Is it a 10 for everything he does?
Yeah. So it's a D20 plus a D10.
$18. Gravity is a blood curse and is always on.
So, Digi doesn't slow down, and you see him kind of pop back up and is like, "Where do you want me to put this again?" As shots starts firing at the car,
There's good.
and it's getting very close to the full-on gate.
Can I leash Digi back?
Oh yeah, no, you can call him back anytime. You just letting the motion of the ocean go.
Inertia.
Okay.
So we can see the car, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys said y'all were following it, so
So once it comes to a rolling stop, are there any guards nearby?
there's a lot of guards, the guard post, the automatic
Are
turrets.
they moving toward the vehicle?
No, they're taking defensive position behind things. Because there's an out of control truck barreling towards them.
I'm waiting for it to stop.
It's not stopping very well.
So
It's
does it
still
hit the
going
barrier?
pretty fast. Are you letting it hit the barrier? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's find out if it hits the barrier or not. Yeah, eventually, kind of. And does one of
I'm
these
waiting-
kind of things.
I'm waiting for the guards to start moving toward the vehicle.
Stop being chickens, guards. God.
Come on, investigate. You're investigating this.
Pink
You
Panther
guys,
theme
you
plays.
guys actually put people in the driver's seat too, didn't you? Yeah,
We put the dead raiders inside.
that's right. So,
Recycling.
yeah, after about 30, 45 seconds or so, you all start to see the guards start to kind of slowly start to kind of come up with it. And you see the other sort of attendant starts to try to move people back from the gate entrance just in case.
Okay, so once the guards are about 15 feet away, I look at Eve and I go, now good? Okay. Boop. And I push the button.
How powerful were those rockets, by the way? Does
I
anybody
mean,
remember?
they're basically oh yeah, no, they're what's the
I mean, I made them, so
they're
pretty good.
essentially
I believe you
2.75
rolled
inch-
20s on those too, right?
Yeah, they're 2.75
Yeah.
inch equivalents. So, hang on.
Okay, you got the damage for it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And there's two of them, right?
Yeah,
Where's the final rocket again? There were three that were
it's in the
shot at.
back. It's in the back. We're keeping it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We might need it for when we go kill the people who Eve wants us to kill because they kidnapped her friend.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And if not, he's our pet. We've named him Randy.
Believe it
The
or not,
rocket.
I'm all about this whole wrecking shit.
Wrecking
Like-
Randy.
This is like Billy's happy place. Let's see. I'd call those a D6 times 10 per rocket.
Okay. Roll damage then. Actually, I think Bunny Boy should roll damage because he's the one that made him.
Yeah, that's true. And you've got rerolls if you roll shitty.
So roll 2d6,
Okay.
and we're gonna multiply that by 10.
Times 10.
2d6 and multiply it by 10.
Yup.
Okay. That would be an 8.
So 80 damage between
Yeah.
the two of them. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it is.
So there is a coordinated pyrotechnic display that throws all of the guards and things back, busts a pretty heavy hole into the basic gate, and you start to see actually everybody roll perception check for me.
I got to 6.
15.
Billy's just enamored with the fire. He's like
17.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
If only somebody was talking about trucks right now, too. Happy 4th, everyone.
Well, Billy hates America.
So Eve, you see
9.
as you're starting to look through the sights on the turret, you happen to notice that the blast doors are basically starting to kind of slowly come in from either side.
Punch it.
Team, we gotta go fast.
Funny job, right?
I don't know if you do you think fast when you think of Bunny?
Yeah.
Except
I
for
feel
driving.
like we should start hearing the Deja Vu song come on right about now.
I'm gonna start making vroom noises.
Thank you. And I don't know if there's a shifter in the car or not, but I'm
Yeah, there is a shifter. I mean, this is it's like part dune buggy, part H-Lob. Like you gotta,
yes. Yes.
Its speed is 195 feet per round. So
Oh, that's good.
it goes quickly. It's not as quick as the stock car you drove last week, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You said 195?
Yep. So feet per combat round, basically. So every 6 seconds, roughly.
32 and a half feet per second.
Yep. Roll me a drive check.
That would be a dirty 20.
A lot of dirty 20s. Okay. You hit on the gas and you keep it going. Wildling, because you were up on the turret and started to notice that, you also noticed that the turrets on either side of the gate are not damaged and they are starting to fire at you.
Okay. Can I
Fire.
shoot it? One or
Go.
both?
Go ahead and shoot for me. You are catching them off guard, so
That's rolling an advantage, right?
yeah, actually I will say that because the bomb truck just went off, so yes. I will say y'all are literally trying to punch a hole through the checkpoint.
Well, I got a 19. I don't know if I need to add anything to that.
Your agility would go to that. Because you are
I got
firing
a
a
dirty
gun.
20.
I
We'll
might
adopt
have to
that
name
from now.
this Dirty 20. Tonight's episode might be named
Yeah.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Man, oh man, and the
Dirty
dirty
bomb.
20s.
Man in the Dirty 20s, yep. So damage on that. Let's look that up. You are rolling 2d12 for that damage, please.
I got a 19.
Okay. With that, you hit. Yeah. You've caught it off guard. You've exploded a rocket in front of it. Actually, 2 rockets plus the E121 battery that's in the truck. So it's been quite a lovely explosion in front. You've also hit it now with the machine gun. So the one on the right side, there are 2 turrets. So there's one on the right and one on the left. The one on the right side, you've been able to sort of disable for the moment. The other one is going to take a shot at the van. Bunny, you were driving, so can you give me sort of a defensive drive check?
Yeah, for the sake of logistics, is that just a regular drive check?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with defense in front of it? Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a 22.
Okay. You are ready now that you see that. Now that you see what Eve is shooting at, and
Okay.
as the other turret sort of swings to start shooting at you, you just kind of one hand like nope, and then just right up the side of the car. As you keep
That's
going.
me.
Yep.
I did that. I did that, guys.
Nice
I'm
move.
ready.
And with your drive check, you come busting through the other side of the gate. And as you get onto the highway, basically from there, everybody give me perception checks again, please.
Kickstart my heart. Da, da,
Hey, Manila.
Yes, sir.
Guess what I got?
Me too.
Guess what I got?
Me too.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Oh,
That was a
I
waste.
was too excited about me hitting the turret that I only got like a 12.
That's okay. You'd have to swing everything around too. Okay. Nat
You
20.
super into it and just start, fuck you,
gonna say,
Sky.
Billy's done being abused by the explosions now, and so he's paying attention again.
Oh, okay. With that, you notice that people are starting to scramble to get into police like cars and everything like that from there, to chase after you all. What do you do?
Well, so the closest
Jesus.
police cars to me, actually, I don't need much damage. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit by the window, draw both of my 45 caliber pistols, and begin firing at tires.
Okay.
Actually, I'm mostly just firing at cars, but that's fine. So I need 40
Okay.
total.
I mean, who's counting, really?
Spray and spray. I have a +4. Oh, that was good. I got a 22, a 22, a 21, and a 6.
Distributive force on that. I'm gonna say that all hit because my smallest one was 2. Yeah, you said you had a 24. You said.
Yeah.
Yep, that takes that one. Yep. Yeah, all 3 of those are gonna hit.
Nice. All right. Oh, do you want me to just give you cumulative damage? Or
Yeah, just give me
individual?
cumulative damage, please.
12, 17 plus is 29 plus there's 32, 47, 48, and total damage 58, 59.
Okay. With that, you spray through a couple of them, which actually you can't tell if you took out tires or anything like that, but you do notice that like the officers that are there have to dive behind doors. Like you have slowed them down considerably from getting in the car with that much damage. What do you guys do after that?
get off the highway as soon as possible into the city.
Okay. Nobody else is shooting or anything like that?
I do that.
I am reserving muffins for if they bring out something heavier than squad cars, because I figure as soon as I start firing my minigun, they're going to send their heavy artillery after us. So I'm going to
Escalation
be
path?
prudent.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right, so give me a drive check, and somebody can assist Bunny if they want to try to get him to like serpentine enough. You guys have to go like lose these people basically on the way in.
I rolled a 21.
Okay. You remember, there's several, like, as you're kind of driving in, there's the main highway. So imagine like a kind of nice-ish highway that is elevated off the ground slightly. And on either side is desert and the fringe. So you can see like tent cities off to the right. You can see like broken down Palm Springs off to the left, because you've come through this essentially like valley through these two mountain ranges. And so as you are cresting up over this, and you know, Angel City is sort of beaming off in the distance, right? And you've got like a broken down sign that's out there that's like Angel City, like no fucking way, is graffitied over it or something like that, basically. So you've got ways to get around and about. You're coming in from the west side of this, which is actually territory that you all have spent a lot of time in this game. So you can pick a couple of different places that you want to go from there if you're trying to lose people.
I do remember using a couple of the parking garages around here, though, to lose cops multiple times if we need to.
Yeah. There's
Just
also
gotta
a,
hide
there's
behind the
also a
dumpster
pretty
for like a
famous
minute.
junkyard that is out this way too.
Is it famous because Titus died in it?
I mean,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the old no-face junkyard.
in fairness, it's a good place to lose people, right?
I'll go there.
We got so many parts
And
here,
a
you'll
face.
lose your head.
To be fair, we now colloquially refer to it as the Titus Deletus junkyard.
Nice.
All right. Okay. So you basically jump the barrier and just take off. As you hear sirens going off in the distance, you start sort of weaving your way through all these different stacks of broken down buildings, different parts of the ravines, and eventually you will end up at the junkyard on the west side of the Fringe, where you all from. And at that moment, we're going to take our bio break, and then we'll be back here in about 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Hang tight. Be good to yourselves for a minute. We're going to take a bio break, and then we'll be back here in about 5 to 10, okay? We're going to run some ads. If you're a subscriber, you shouldn't see ads. But if, you do, I'm sorry, blame Jeff and Andy and everybody at Twitch or something like that. I don't know. But either way, we're going to go pay some bills and take a bio break, and we'll be back in a minute, okay? See you in a bit. And we come back from the break. It's like, you guys want to like cause some mayhem or some shit? Like, it could be like really cool. We could like cause some mayhem.
Hop in, bitches. We're going and causing mayhem.
We're going
Alack.
shopping.
Is that from Mean Girl? That's from Mean Girl, right? Get in, bitch. We're going
Get in.
shopping.
Get in, bitch. We're going shopping.
Hi, chat. Welcome back. How you doing? So we've been having some fun off stream while we were trying to get things done. Welcome back in. So, last we left, you guys had blown a hole basically through a checkpoint to get back into Angel City, and had gone back to roughly one of the junk and trash areas in the west side of the city, basically to hide out and try to get the heat off of you all. So I think now is a good time to check back in and see what you guys would like to do. You're running around in a raider car in the middle of the Fringe in Angel City.
Probably ditch the raider car at some point.
I suspect gas guzzlers get a lot of attention in this day and age.
A little bit, yeah. They're not very frequent.
Also,
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the nearest GTA 5 garage and pull it in for a paint job.
so I'm probably sure it's not so much the ice engine in it as it is the gun on top and probably the whole Mad Max vibe it's got going on.
Just put a ribbon on it. It's subtle as hell.
Chat, I just want you to know that Billy is pooping or doing something poop related. We don't know.
We were specifically told whatever he's doing is poop related and to keep going.
I did confirm.
Yes.
It is poop related.
Yep. So there you
We
go.
wish him the best.
Yeah.
And
Hope it all comes
there's
out
no
correctly.
poop catastrophes going on.
Yep.
Or if they are, at least that they're contained in a toilet. I don't know if he's at Taco Bell in this today or not, but
Everybody knows it's like In-N-Out Burger, Taco Bell, and Whataburger are the only chain like restaurants that lasted through this to this millennia. So that's a Demolition Man joke, by the way, for those of you who are old like myself.
well, I would say we could stash the thing in the junkyard and Fuber our way out, but I don't know that a Fuber is gonna really want to pick up a raw. I I mean, is there like a Fuber Deluxe or something that has that kind of service?
No, not in the standard sort of way.
Well, maybe if we don't get our gains that we want to in this, that's our fallback plan. Is we start a criminal-based Fuber competitor. We need to smuggle some stuff across the city. Just call us up.
Okay.
Fuberov.
Okay.
It's like Fuber Lux or whatever.
Gotcha.
You rent a limousine, but it's for Rovs.
Coffin
So,
hotel for Robs.
Failing the Fuber situation, do we know anybody who could bring us a car?
You know a lot of people that could shoot
Jimmy.
in a car.
Or JB.
JB.
Yeah. Text old JB.
Where's the nearest car lot? I bet Bunny Boy could talk us into something real nice for a test drive.
We'll end up with a Porsche that only has like 2 seats.
It's you and
Don't
even
wanna do
everybody
that.
else is holding on like garbage men to the side of the porch.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, can we get a magnetic step rail installed
Yeah.
real quick?
What could have less room than the Gator? I'll take that. But it's fast.
Just hook the gator up to it. You essentially do a red fire situation.
Well, I kind of feel like a 900-pound Rob would kind of upset its performance a little bit. You'd be able to corner real good going one direction, though.
I don't know what German engineering's like in 2099.
Are Porsches?
Yes, they very much are
Yeah.
German. Yes.
Porsches are just like somebody took the Volkswagen Beetle and just like stretched it out.
Yeah, and flattened
Little
it,
bit.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Just look
yeah.
at one. Next time you drive by it, be like, really?
Porsches are Beetles. They did the farty balloon noise too.
Yeah, kind
Uh-huh.
of. Yeah, they're actually still owned by Volkswagen as well. So they literally
Volkswagen
are.
owns everything.
Well,
You're
Not-
paying that much money for a Volkswagen? Are you serious?
That's-
If you own a
Hold
Porsche,
on.
I'm judging you.
Volkswagen owns Bugatti.
yes.
Woke up in a new Bugatti. So
Actually,
sometimes
Bugatti
I'm
just got
secretly
sold.
ace good.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah,
it-
I'm still in 2019 ownership status. I don't know who the fuck did whatever during the pandemic. Bezos owns it all.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a Bugatti in 2019? Like, oh, no, that's actually a V-dub. I'm good. I'm good on Bugatti.
All right, so talk to me. If you're getting JB to bring you what? What's he getting JB to bring you?
Like a mom van or something.
A van.
You want a van?
JB, bring me a 2002 Mazda MPV.
Aunt Mary's car?
If you could just keep the remnants of the soccer gear in the back too, just to sell
Yep.
the whole experience.
Yep. Something like that. I've owned one of those. They're amazing. They're crazy. Anyway, something like that. Boop, 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 smiley face. Shark.
JB gets back to you, and it's just an audio kind of message back to you. He's like, "All right, man, where you at?"
Did I drop a pin for him?
All right,
Or where? Yeah. That.
all right. He
Welcome back from poop duty.
yes. Right as I was
Duty
trying
could
to.
also mean poop.
There's dogs.
Anyways,
We're done.
JB kind of like looks at the pen and stuff like that. He's like, "It's kind of far, but yeah, come on, I'll be out there." And so you guys wait. It's gonna take him about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get out there. What are you guys gonna do while you're waiting?
How about my glow? See if I can see anything about the gate explosions / rocketeering.
Is it possible to see if we could like find Titus's glow? Because I do remember leaving it here in the junkyard.
Roll for needle in a haystack.
Can I use my acrobatics?
Yes, VR, you can.
taking it.
Can I intimidate it?
Look for a blood spot with some face remnants on the ground.
Okay, well, I got a dirty 20 with acrobatics, so.
I swear to God, the name of this fucking, just, if I forget, somebody remind me, because I have to upload it early, so it'll go live on Monday. The name of this episode is Dirty 20, I swear to God.
Hey, Mallow.
Dirty,
Yes.
dirty 20, yeah.
Let me roll for intimidation to help her. Guess what I would have gotten?
Yeah.
Intimidate the Quantum.
Get out here.
I'm flipping around it as well, so it's perfect.
You're not able to find Titus's Quancom even with the Dirty 20, so it is a hell of a
Lame.
lot of junk going on around you guys.
They probably took it, and that's probably how they found your friends. Just saying.
Are there any boot prints so I can track those assholes?
We know where he's at.
I don't care. I want to do it anyways.
Roll
Figure
survival
out
then.
what size shoe he rolls in, so I can trash him for his shoe size when I see him.
Roll survival?
I got it. Hi, I just got another dirty 20. This is ridiculous.
Can I start searching the junkyard for a muffin-sized sword that just happens to be here?
Yes.
Is it like plus
Tom
one? Do you
Parto.
want me to have it enchanted as well? Like,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
If I
Yeah,
pull it
let's-
out of the junk pile, does that mean I
Play
become the
sword.
king of Angel
You know
City?
what? You know what? Roll for fucking chainsword. Let's fucking see what happens.
Well, we all know the
Would-
Primaris chainsword is better.
Would this be salvage?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. No, it's
16.
fine. It's fine, Billy. If he finds a chainsword, you get to just staple a purity seal to him because, you know, reasons.
Because he's become
16.
Admex in real life.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do we
No,
get to see him convulse and then just scream out for the Emperor and just start going through, stomping through it?
Admech doesn't use those. They use power swords or taser codes.
we all push our glasses up more. No, it's fine. You don't find a chainsword. That we don't have that in our game.
I'm
But
feeling
we could.
attacked.
Wow, you got juked. Nice.
Keck W.
Didn't they send you a pin of wherever we're supposed to go fight whatever morons
Yeah.
we're supposed to fight?
Yeah, we have a pin. I don't even know how close we are to it.
You're quite a ways away, actually. It's kind of on the other side of town.
So I can't throw a rocket at it.
I mean, you could.
It's not a mortgage.
It may or may not get there, but you
I
could
was
throw
gonna
it at
say,
it.
in fairness,
Aim,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say aim for the other in and out. It'll be fine.
I know you guys have burned down to your thing earlier. By the way, Joe, you were looking like Grifter was looking for information about the rocket attack and all of the stuff, and so like you just see like a bunch of different headlines going through the whole thing, like all of the different kind of things that go through it, right? One is a picture of an In-N-Out burger on fire, like just up in flames.
Have we considered getting the vegans to evangelize for us?
Ooh.
I mean, we're blowing up it out. We're on the same page.
Not necessarily. And here's the thing, I don't think we'd have to ask him. I mean, how do you know you found a vegan?
Look, it's a
They tell
real,
Blowing up and in and out.
it's a real sad thing for people who like In-N-Out that we just burned down one of them. Quite possibly in 29, one of the last ones in existence. I don't know. It could be like a Blockbuster situation. But I want to introduce the crowd to a term called acceptable casualties.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're doing things, you just have to accept that shit's gonna go south
No,
sometimes.
no,
Maybe some
No.
civilian apartments get bombed, or
no!
orphanages catch on
That
fire, or
escalated far too quickly.
It did.
No.
I
This-
mean, and really,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we have a lot of in and outs to go. There's only 253 in California.
This is the same
Why do you
person,
know
by the
that?
way.
I googled it.
This podcast is gonna be why we're on like all of the watch lists.
Probably.
And it's just because we're fucking around.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, as long as we never progress past find out, they can't put us in prison.
I was gonna say, as long as we fuck around and they find out, we're still good.
I guess. Yeah. Anyways, now that you've learned how to franchise an In-N-Out, I'm gonna need one of those in Seattle, please. Franchise or flambe? Por qué no la dos?
So do they do their franchising like feudal people? Like we have to burn one down before we can take it over and make a new one?
Oh, there you go. It's Highlander situation. There can be only
There
one.
you go.
Freedom!
Leaning heavily into the franchise wars for demolition, man.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, really, if
Corpse
we're
are
gonna do anything, we need to open a Dick's.
Service is service.
You said dicks.
It's a burger place.
Ludes in chat, please. Can we get Ludes in chat?
I mean, I know that it's like a very fundamental Seattle thing that once you land at SeaTac, you go and eat dicks as your first meal.
Yeah.
Why? I don't.
My daughters delight in telling me they want a big juicy bag of dicks whenever they mean they want to go to the restaurant. I'm like, you're 14 and 18. Stop it.
I like the
I get
kids.
what you're saying, but stop.
Yeah, no, it really is. For the chat's like, Dick's Drive-In is not lewd. Yes, but the way that you have to talk about it, it makes it
Welcome,
lewd.
people whose names I don't normally recognize in chat.
Pretty much,
This
yeah.
is Angel
Hi,
City Stories.
hi. Welcome to the chat. We talk about
My bad.
food usually
Meat
after the
burgers.
break. Tonight it's all about fast food burgers. Apparently.
My very favorite was when we almost hit that kid in the parking lot, and our 14-year-old, without missing a beat, pops off with, that kid's sure in a hurry to get some dicks in his mouth.
I love her.
Also, I would like to point out we have been remiss in our duties in this stream.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you guys on the more serious tone for the past couple weeks.
No, dude, you know that's not going to happen.
What is serious?
We have not mentioned Beecher's cheese even once to this point.
That's true.
That's true.
Beachers, we are looking for sponsors.
Hey, Beachers, we're looking for sponsors.
Eat cheese and get beach with beachers.
We could
That'd be
start an In-N-Out franchise and then just, contract a Beecher's to provide the cheese.
Yeah.
Beecher's on a cheeseburger is probably the best, to be quite honest with you. I'm not like no ad sponsorship, anything, no whatsoever. Like put Beecher's on cheeseburgers, like let it melt and everything like that. The best. Also really good in the mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is the best. So, all right, that's the end of our ad segment tonight.
We didn't even get a tangent count for that. I would just like to point that out.
No, because we're doing our duty by actually talking about food. It's fine. It's fine.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, just accepts it.
They're going to be really confused one week when it's just food talk because we have a few bonus episodes to fulfill.
Do.
So, all right. Anything else you guys want to do while you're... Eve's doing cartwheels, and I picture Eve like Ed in Cowboy Bebop right now. Like, Ed is doing cartwheels, and just like la 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 la, going around the junkyard looking for that. And like Muffins is like put on like a detective's hat, basically, is like sitting there like sniffing the ground, even though he doesn't have like olfactory kind of things. Like, that's what I feel like is happening right now while you're waiting on JB.
If you had to spend a lot of time around Blizz, you wouldn't have olfactory sensors on your Rob either.
Also, can my acrobatics maybe find more explosive stuff? Joke.
I mean, you can find things to maybe use as containers, and like shrapnel and stuff like that. Yes.
Sweet. I'm gonna start collecting those things.
All right, roll me salvage.
Can I do a sweep to see if there's any like electronic spare salvage, anything sitting around?
Roll me salvage. All right, Bunny, what are you rolling salvage for? You look like you're ready. Okay, you look like you're ready to roll salvage. So
No.
Maybe someone threw away a cache of vintage anime.
19.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do we add agility or determination or something to that?
For a salvage, you should be adding
Determination.
determination. Yeah.
Then I also rolled a 19. This is absurd.
Yes, it is.
Just a good day.
Went in hardcore.
Yep.
Billy's leaning against the Raider car that we took and smoking a cigarillo
Nice.
and like scrolling the headlines about the burning in and out.
Uh-huh.
Like,
You got
just
burning in
smiling.
and out. You've got what
Air
is
Force
being
Base
what
on
is being
fire.
described as like an errant bottle rocket that hit the in and out and just happened to catch it on fire.
That's just
Gender reveal.
Is California.
Alternately, a gender reveal where we just quietly put a veil back over the concept of gender and shove it into a closet.
Or into the
that.
kitchen of an in and out that's on fire and gender is no longer a thing again. There you go.
I like that plan.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so let's do some 19s here. So there's a lot of electronics equipment in older cars that you're looking at. You don't find like server tech or anything like that there, but you've got things that you could use for like transmitters, for receivers, like antenna, things like that, point to points. There's a lot of that kind of
Thing-
stuff.
We could use to under the radar set up automation systems to irrigate these gardens that we're planning potentially.
It would take some work, but you could probably utilize the pieces and parts for some of this stuff. Yeah, you could.
All right, I'm gonna begin fiddle bopping about and gathering up as much stuff as I can get.
Gotcha. Eve, with your 19, you're able to find like old, smaller, almost like air tanks and things like that. Like almost like NOS bottles, like you would put into cars and stuff. Very small, like they would be holding like hydraulics and things like that. You're able to find a lot of those kind of things. Shrapnel's like literally everywhere. If you just want to use like shredded metal, that's easy. But if you're looking into more of those pieces and parts, you're able to find some well, now that you've learned rocketry from Bunny Boy here, you see in rockets right now is what I'm saying. You're able to find about like 5 that are in pretty good pristine, like still strapped in, but you're able to unlay it, latch, take them, things like that.
Yes. I'm just gonna like give a shout and let everybody know that we have 5 more rockets.
Well, Bunny Boy still has to make the engine basically for it, but yeah, you've got the hole basically for it. Or it could be like air torpedoes. It's kind of got that like
You-
long like kind of
Are
thing.
you telling me you want me to make an engine now? Roll an engine check?
I mean, you don't have the stuff to make it in front of you right now.
Or do not?
Roll salvage, no.
I've changed my mind. I'm not rolling.
Okay, fantastic.
Question:
Yes.
do they have warheads on, or
No.
any kind of explosive payloads on them?
No. You can make them though.
Like the rocket chassis, huh?
Yeah, but you can make explosive payloads. You know how to do that now.
Yes, I do.
Okay. About 5 to 10 minutes as you guys are starting to pile all of this stuff, like, Billy, you're watching them basically like pile stuff in front of you, and it like, Katassi's pile just looks like a mess of wires and things like that, and then like Eve's pile just starts to look like ammunition and like, you know how you stack like cannonballs back in the day? That's what she's starting to make, like a pyramid of these things in
This
front of
looks-
you.
All very familiar to Billy,
Yeah.
scrounging in Juarez. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're seeing possibilities like the mathematics flying past you at the moment. Like, JB pulls up about 10 minutes later in a full-on, like he's got a full-on like rig, and as the rig opens up, you see just this tall, lanky dude just like drop down, and he's got sort of like he's got like a longer baseball cap and stuff like that on, and he just kind of gives you one of these, and then goes to the back and then holds up a remote and the back kind of just like comes straight down. And then he, I mean, without a word, he just kind of goes, huh? And then like motions up to the back of the rig.
My
I like
man,
that
get here, get over here. I'm gonna transfer some, like 10,000 souls to him.
He looks down as you're doing it, and he's like, bonus boss? I'm good with that.
Hell yeah, good work. Keep
Dude,
it up.
Yeah. Do you two hug? Are you guys
Be
huggers?
good. No, it's not that type of
Okay.
friendship.
Well, Bunny always seemed like a hugger to me.
I mean, I have to keep certain aspects of my life professional.
Okay.
He only gives professional hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we just
basically.
Roll,
are we
roll,
just throwing Muffin's body in the back of this thing? Like,
roll,
do we just
roll a
cart that
perception
around?
for me, both Billy and Bunny.
Oh boy, that's a big old 7.
Okay.
I got a whole 17.
I'm
So
looking at the ground.
yeah. Well, what you do notice is like there's a nicer like he's been able to like do some like very basic upgrades to the rig. Like you happen to notice that there's like now some rollers on the trailer and stuff like that. Like you guys have been scheming this idea for this like mobile unit for a long time, and you know you could kind of see small bits of it starting to come together with JB. Billy, with your role, you happen to see just a big silver van in the back of this big rig.
I'm like,
It's got an old like M logo and things like that on the back of it, right where the like the trailer hatch would be.
I'm like, all right, if that motherfucker has some shag carpeting and a disco ball, it's on.
Fuzzy dice.
Uh,
I'm like, we could paint the Virgin of Guadalupe on the side.
In
Oh,
honor
I
of
was
Cetus.
thinking a wizard.
Ooh, wizards.
wizard and a
yes.
unicorn.
You could do a wizard, a unicorn, and also
The Virgin of Guadalupe.
You're forgetting wolves howling at a moon.
yeah, you put that on the back.
For extra lift.
Pretty metal.
You put the moon right in the center of the back doors so that when you open it, you have 2 half moons.
Yep. So I guess I'll get in the back of this big truck and go scope out the cool silver van.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, when you open the back and Blizz goes to get into it, it's a full moon again.
Different kind.
Does the van have shag carpeting?
I'll roll for shag carpet.
Oh,
you-
and those spinning captain's chairs. Those things are cool.
What
It,
about a party bar?
it doesn't have any. It has the
Okay.
captain's chairs. Doesn't have
10,000
shag
souls
carpet.
only gets you so much.
Like let's
Where
roll.
are flare
Let's
launchers?
let's keep it. You guys are welcome to take it back to a garage and do anything you want with it after you get it off the rig. JB's kind of sitting there as you guys start like planning out this like whole like remake. JB's kind of like standing there looking at you like,
Yeah, let's go.
like JB got some.
Sorry.
JB got money to go make for Bunny and him.
I'm gonna use muffins. I'm gonna go grab my meat body and toss it over one shoulder, and have cupcakes, bundled up in the other hand, and I'm gonna go get in the van.
Okay.
So you really do just haul your meat body around like it was nothing.
I mean, I can't just leave it here.
We should get
Well,
you a
I'm just saying,
backpack.
yeah, you're like, you don't have like a chair or like a floating wheelchair like Professor X or.
Outside
Something
of
cool.
game, out of character, you have no idea how many times the meat body, like baby Papuska, has come up as for an accessory.
What about the baby
It would have to be
Yoda
a
plug?
Kevlar lined papuska.
Mm-hmm.
Salvage a bunch of JanSport backpacks and sew them together into one.
Yep.
Principle.
And full of tamales.
That's true. Okay. So the back of the van is kind of like barely off the ground now, as there's a 900-pound robot in the back of it.
I'll do the smart thing and go halfway between the wheels.
Okay.
So spread out the load a little.
Note to self: put wing suspension in any vehicle Muffins is going to be in regularly.
You just destroy speed bumps instead of going over them. There's just
Yeah, as you're backing this down the ramp, as you get to that, as you get to the bottom of the ramp and you try to go off, you get that like as the bumper scratches the ground a little bit. But you get it off the truck. It's fine. Everybody can fit ish. There's just some people lying on the ground in the back. Like one's a human, one's a little small robot, whatever.
Not too bad, really.
Yeah. What are you guys going to do?
More comfortable than the gator usually is.
Who's in the captain's chairs in the middle? Who's loving that?
I'm sitting in the captain's chair reloading ammo.
Okay, in the front ones or in the back ones? Because this is like a fucking. This is like one of those mommy rockets. It's a fucking command center.
Yeah, it's
Like
like one of
it's
those,
got the fucking panels. Like
It's like
you're
the
set.
G Series Mercedes ones.
No. He was going Mazda. We not G Series. No, this is not this nice.
Okay.
2002 Mazda MPV. the,
Yeah.
Performance minivan. Yeah, it's got some go.
Yeah.
I will sit in the front captain's chair and reload ammo
Okay.
for the first time in 44 episodes.
That's out off stream. He's just reloading.
Yeah.
All week.
All right. Well, the back bench is basically holding people and robots, because then that would leave Katassi and Eve in the kids' chairs in the middle, with a space for your juice boxes if need be. So
Damn straight.
Important.
yes,
It's very important that we have space for our juice boxes.
very true. It gets rather crowded between the captain's chairs and where Muffins is and stuff like that, with all the shit that you guys just piled in there from your salvage mission. But it all fits well enough. What do you guys want to do?
Drive.
Where are you driving to?
We should probably plan for our confrontation with what's his dick.
We need to recon around the area and see if we have any high spots to look down on from, all that good stuff.
Don't you have like Google Maps or something like that? Or Identa
Me?
Maps? No, you're a
No.
hacker.
Benevolent maps.
Benev maps.
It just
Yeah,
doesn't
I can
roll
take
off
a
the
note.
tongue.
Note to self: invent map company for Identico.
MapQuest.
Yeah, MapQuest is making a comeback. That's it.
Benny trips.
Would that be networks? Because I'm looking.
Yes, it would. Sorry. Yes, it
So
would.
bad,
Sorry.
kill my microphone.
And Joe. Sorry, Cassie.
What did you roll? Sorry. 24? Okay. With a 24, you... How best to describe this? It is the pin that Eve last got. As you were looking through the networks in the city, it's in an old casino. On what would be considered basically the line between sort of Corp downtown and the nicer area of Angel City and the Fringe. So it's about northeast. So probably almost due north-ish, about northwest-ish from where you guys are at inside the city now.
All right, I'm gonna relay that to Eve. Show her the map.
Okay, so I'm guessing then that on the nicer part of the city we have some high rises that we could probably utilize. And then with the Fringe side, how many civilians are around this casino, like apartment buildings and stuff like that?
A lot of smaller apartment buildings. It is not quite in the industrial part of town, so you're just sort of getting into what is more of the rundown burbs. So a lot of 2, 3, 4 story apartment buildings, Very similar to some of the earlier ones that you met up with earlier in the series, where it's, you know, 2 downstairs, you know, set of stairs that goes up, 2 on top. Casa del Ranch kind of style, right? It's a lot of mom and pop type shops around it as well. So smaller markets and stores that are only going in the fringe.
Are they on a certain system that is separate from the nicer part of the town, like communications wise? I would expect them to be on like a different grid, aka a la Texas.
Roll another networks check for me on that one. For anybody who's trying to figure it out.
What's the ad for that?
You should have a network score and then your intelligence.
Sweet. So I got an 18.
Okay. You don't believe that it's necessarily on any other types of grids or anything like that. From what you can tell, it's just normal.
Is there a way that we could pinpoint those buildings to make sure that we got an evacuation notice out to those buildings?
There are a couple of bands that you could use to broadcast on. There's the old-fashioned way of door-to-door as well. Because as you can probably imagine, not most of those people have vid screens and things like that. So you would have to spoof either if they have good glows, if they have a glow at all. They could probably use it. Most of the people don't have vid screens, so you'd have to figure out some other way to kind of get it going.
Do we know where our Rising Tide contacts are?
Right now, there are... Give me investigation real quick.
I might need to use a reroll.
Okay.
Alright, I got a 14.
Okay. With that one, what you've been able to kind of pull from, just looking at kind of like as Billy and them have been scrolling headlines and things like that, there's different locations throughout Angel City. As you get towards the fringe, there's a couple that are near downtown. There are these, if you think of a map of the city, there are these little districts that are starting to be red. And that is where they feel like the most fighting and things like that are happening. One is a few blocks away from this, but generally in that northern district direction. These are the anarchist jurisdictions that they were talking about at the top of the show.
Anarchists, because they can't control them. All right. So what we need to do is contact our Rising Tide contacts over near there, have them go and canvass the neighborhoods and get everybody evacuated from the casino, just to make sure that we don't accidentally hurt them.
Who in Rising Tide are you going to contact?
Whoever I can pull.
You can probably get to Rico. You can probably also get to... Who else would you have the ability to get to?
Can I call Abuela and just have her do a tamale party, like, at a different place? Invite everybody in that neighborhood, be like, this is free food. Your kids will be taken care of. And we also will be giving away, home goods or something like that.
So if you can get a hold of... So roll me persuasion for that. You also might have the ability to get a hold of Katrine.
You said persuasion?
Yes, please. You're persuading a stubborn grandmother to want to go and do something.
Man, I've been proselytizing her tamales all over this damn planet. but I understand. Okay. I'm assuming that's charisma.
Yes.
All right, so that's a dirty 20.
Rolling for stubbornness.
Same, buddy, same.
You are able to get her on the phone, and after some back and forth, she just kind of like looks back and she goes, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, oh, I don't know." And as you're kind of getting with that, you see Katrine sort of like in the background, and she kind of comes in. She's like, "What's wrong?" You know, and then she like leans in. She's like, "Oh, hi, hi.
Hi, Katrine.
You're not dead. Okay, good. That's a good start. Fantastic. Hi.
We exist. Hi, we need your help. Also, lo siento, abuela. I didn't mean to cause you any trouble.
Oh no." And then she gets up and starts kind of walking off. You think she's going to like get something to drink or whatever like that. And Katrine, like as she gets up out of the chair, Katrine sits down in the chair and like leans in like to like say hello to you even more.
Katrine, we need you.
Okay. Where are you guys? And she's like trying to like look around. Like, where the hell are you guys?
In an undisclosed location right now. We're on our way to knock some heads together, and we need your help in protecting some of the people that we're trying to save.
Okay, you realize, like, are you inside Angel City, outside Angel City? Like, you realize shit's hitting the fan here now, right?
Yeah, we're part of the shit, and we're also gonna stop the fan. Let's go.
All right, I'm down. I said I was down. I said I was down before. Wait, before I sign up for this, what are you asking me to do?
All I need you to do is go and canvass the neighborhood near this pin and get everybody out of that neighborhood just in case anything violent happens to the buildings.
I know nothing of this plan. I will talk to Rico. And when do they need to be gone?
In approximately 4 hours. Does that sound okay to you, team? And I turn to everybody else and ask.
Yeah.
4 hours?
I guess
5
I can wait
hours?
that long to shoot things.
He's reasonable.
Do it in the dead of night. That way we can have a little bit of surprise.
She goes, okay, 4 hours. All right. Okay, I need to go then because we've got work to do. There's fighting. Like she looks at the pin that you dropped for her and she's like, yeah, there's fighting. We've got guys just down the street from there. So, okay. All right, hold on. All right, let me talk to Rico. So you don't need Abuela for this one anymore, right?
No.
Okay, because she's over there trying to make tamales.
Masses.
Right, she's over there. She took all she took from the conversation, and she's over making tamales. That's what she took from your conversation so far.
Perfect.
Can I get 3? I'm hungry. Love you, Abuela. And she's like, okay, think. Okay, I'm gonna hang up. Let me go talk to Rico. He's boots on the ground somewhere. I don't know where he's at in the city right now. Half the people that I'm babysitting grandmothers right now. That is what they have asked me to do.
And you're doing great at it, and you're the best ride and die ever. Ride or die ever.
I appreciate it.
I
don't do well with the shooty and the shooty. So they said you go take care of grandma's, and I was like, cool. That's what I'm gonna do.
And logistics, which you are also perfect at.
Fantastic. Yes, sure. I am going to go try to make some phone calls, and I will send you a note when I've heard back from them. How's that? Try not to destroy the neighborhood before I can get back to you, please.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch. I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know when we go burning some rubber.
Okay. All right. Okay, I gotta go. and then she just like literally gets up and walks away from the thing, leaving it sitting on the table, and she like runs back in and goes to turn it off. What's the plan, team?
Shoot shit.
Well, now that we're not going to have civilians around the building, what we're probably going to need to do is make sure that we get eyes on Felipe and whoever else these assholes have kidnapped and or brutalized. I'm not sure where they would be keeping them in the casino. We have a lot of explosives and high firepower, so as long as we don't hurt civilians, I literally don't care if we burn this fucker to the ground.
Right, so indiscriminately shoot shit.
Not
We have to-
Felipe.
We still have rockets.
No problem.
Yes, we do.
You have a rocket left.
And 5
Look,
rocket bodies.
I will remind you of my policy that once the bullet leaves the barrel of my gun, I no longer have control over it. So what happens just kind of happens. Just the will of the universe or whatever.
I think if you accidentally shoot Felipe, Eve might purposely shoot you.
Yeah. Your meat body.
I do a search to figure out where they might be keeping prisoners, looking at where like power consumption is going in the casino.
Absolutely. By the way, it's not a very big casino. It's a single floor, small casino.
So roll at advantage is what you're saying.
No, not roll advantage, but yeah, but go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna need a reroll because that was a 6.
All right. Fantastic.
That was a 19. Definitely worth using a reroll for. So wait. I'm gonna guess that's networks, right?
Yeah, that's networks.
Then 29.
Okay. You're surprised that like there's not a whole lot coming in or going. Like it's pretty standard. Like you see the network as it is, and like you can pinpoint like, yeah, there's probably an office, there's probably a security office in there. But like there's no like, this is a giant blinking neon light that says come attack me here because this is where I hold people or whatever. It seems like it's a mostly non-discriminate building. There's nothing like super special about it that you can tell. A lot of normal power consumption going in and out.
Can you get access to any potential security cameras in there?
Yeah. Another networks roll? That one be so.
That would be software.
$14. No, 18. I am bad at math.
Okay. With that, you can get some of the outside cameras. The inside cameras a little bit harder than that. You notice.
Looking around the outside cameras, do I get any data? Do I see anybody moving in and out? Is there anything about like that I can get about the people that are using that building? Delivery cars parking there, suspicious.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it's parking is, it's got a basic sort of parking lot. It features maybe 20 spots. A lot of it has at current, what you're looking at right now, has a lot of motorcycles of different makes and models in there. You see a lot of sort of rough and tumble sort of people hanging out in both biker jackets, chains, mohawks, you name it, right? As you click around to the backside of the establishment, you see a couple of vans, you see a couple of SUVs, Mostly non-discriminate black in there. You don't necessarily see any like actual, like, the security guards that are standing out in all of these are dressed in suits with black ties. They're very big, burly, sunglasses on. You think they're probably, cybered somehow, right? Standard kind of bouncer sort of fare for a place like this.
Are there any entrances that aren't guarded that we could break into?
No, it's a pretty small thing. Like you could stand at one end of the casino and look down at the rest of the like half a block that it takes up and just see the other corner if you wanted to. Have you ever been on Highway 99 in Seattle, up around our way, and you've seen like the Hollywood casino and stuff like that where it's like real tiny? That's kind of what you're looking at right about now.
Okay.
It's casino in name only. Let's put it that way. You're not breaking into the Emerald Queen. That's a like multi-story complex going on here.
Can I send Digi in to see if he can do more work on the indoor cameras?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
$19, not much better.
Yeah. Digi is not able to kind of get in as you're kind of like looking through everything. You feel and see him bounce off one of the firewalls from there.
Try to send in Cupcakes. She's specifically equipped for breaking into things and wiring us into stuff. I spent a lot of money giving her the ability to break into systems inside.
Yeah, we haven't actually been able to use Cupcake, so this is perfect.
Okay.
Just so we can take her over there and drop her off like half a block or so away.
You're gonna take the mommy rocket over by there. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do? You're just gonna drop Cupcake off. Okay.
I'm good.
Drop around.
All right. Give me a stealth check for Cupcake, please.
Can I use a reroll on that one?
Yes, you may.
Stealth. Go look at this. That's agility in it.
Correct.
That would be a 16.
You are so about a half block down. You drop him off at one of these like smaller apartment buildings, and as Cupcake, this is a 43 episodes in. We finally get to use Cupcake. Hey, Cupcake, starts to kind of go through the backyards, climbing over fences, trying her best to like be as quiet as possible. As you approach, you'll be approaching this building on the east, so it's on a corner street, and the apartment buildings and things like that are off to the east of it, so you're kind of approaching on the west side of the building. What are you doing from there?
Well, first I'm going to try to scout out a way to get in. Ideally would be like a air vent or something, so somebody can get on the roof perhaps.
Give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
So there's a couple of different ways you can do. There's obviously a service ladder that goes up to the roof, and it's one of those roofs that have that like you know how the ladder kind of goes in and then there's a little bit more roof, so there's like a little opening into it, and then like because it kind of obscures like the air conditioning and everything like that up there. That's the kind of roof that they have on top of this. Out back there is the large dumpsters and things like that, like you would normally see. There's people out smoking, basically taking phone calls. There's guards posted around the building. Like I said, the bouncers around there. So which way would you like to go? There's no open air vents that you can see from that particular direction, but it is the side of the building with the access ladder.
I would probably go for the latter. Trying to take the most stealthy route I can find.
Okay, roll me
With the
stealth
most
check.
obstacles and whatnot. Hey, Mello.
God damn! Really?
Guess what? Yes.
Holy shit!
20.
Holy fucking shit!
This one has to be named Dirty 20.
This one has to be named Dirty 20. Yeah. Okay. So, you wait for one of the bouncers and one of the bikers. Basically, like turns around to like take a piss on the outside, and then he like turns back around to like walk back to the front of the building. And as he's doing that, you take that moment to just kind of like sprint and leap and start to get up the ladder from there.
Yeah.
Okay. At the top of the roof, you see, as you're looking around at the top of the roof, you see two of the latches that you would use for like service entrances. Essentially, you see a air conditioning unit up there, and that's one of the air conditioning units that has kind of a long ductwork before it drops in on one side of the building, and then there's a ductwork that goes into the other side of the building and then drops in through the ceiling, basically.
So first thing would be to investigate ductwork, see if there's a way to get in. Potentially like an access hatch or a what do they call them? Maintenance hatches, or maybe a loose section that I could open up some more.
Roll investigation for me.
That would be an 11.
So as you kind of like clink around a little bit up there, it's not the greatest like air conditioning system. Like you might be able to like pull something away, but you feel like it's gonna probably make a decent amount of noise with the amount of sheet metal you're gonna move around. Metal on metal violence.
You said there were two like little like roof hatches kind of thing.
Yes. One is on the like as you are looking at it, one is sort of like north, sort of like in the top left corner of it, I guess, if you're kind of like looking down on top of the building. One's in the top left corner, one's in the bottom so like bottom center.
I'm probably gonna go towards the top left one.
Okay.
I'll check it out and see what kind of situation is going on there with the hatch.
Okay. Roll investigation for that, please.
That was also a 14.
It's a pretty standard hatch. It's locked from the outside with a padlock. You think that you could probably like that's not standard, by the way, to be locked from the outside with a padlock. It is fairly sealed, but it's also not like heavily armored or anything like that. And so it's one of those ones that has it comes over a lip, so it seems like to be a pretty standard maintenance hatch.
Does it have the hinges on the outside?
You do not see hinges on the outside.
Dang. 'Cause I have a question about whether or not I'd be able to break the padlock. Because she's not crazy strong.
You're welcome to make a strength check.
So which is gonna make more noise? Breaking the padlock or trying to mush the metal? Are the air conditioners actively going?
Yes. It's kind of a muggy night in Angel City.
So I guess I'm gonna try to do the sheet metal and just kind of do it slowly and carefully. Try not to like make any like huge sheet metal-y noises that would be heard over the sounds of the air conditioners.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me. How stealthily can you bend metal using metal hands?
Well, she's got the little silicone padding. That was a specific point out. 16.
16? And then you wait a little bit more. And Cupcake is how short? 3 feet?
Yeah.
So it takes you a good, like, let's say like 10 minutes of like slowly peeling, then stopping. Slowly peeling, then stopping. Slowly peeling. And you hear a lot of other voices as you're kind of doing this. You hear things like, Ready! What the fuck are you doing out there? Taking the smoke, dude. And you overhear as they're kind of going, they're like, the fuck are these goons doing in this goddamn casino anyways? Like, they had a whole fucking platoon back there. Like, what the fuck, man? And you hear, I don't know, man. But they don't take jokes at the craps table, I'll tell you that. And eventually, you're able to kind of out enough of a hole that you could kind of squeeze like Cupcake in to kind of get through to it.
So Cupcake is gonna climb in.
Okay.
And remember, her feet and knees and elbows and hands are all covered in like kind of that semi-hard silicone to try to reduce noise specifically for climbing in these things.
It's reduce, not eliminate.
Yeah, reduce. So what I'm going to try to do is, as I move towards whichever direction appears to be going towards the inside, I have her position feet on both corners of the like kind of spread apart. I'm basically going to make an X with her, with hands in the corners and feet in the corners.
You're trying to Mission Impossible this shit, basically.
Yeah, I want to avoid stepping in the middle of one of the plates and going wop, 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 as I'm going.
Gotcha. Okay. Roll stealth for me.
$18.
As you are, so you're getting in and you're going back east, essentially. So you're going to the right side of the building as you're kind of like looking down towards it. As you are getting closer, you can hear more and more commotion in what is essentially an overlook into and what you think is maybe an office that's in that way. And just as you're kind of getting to it, you hear like just a little boom, boom. As like you just hit like a piece that wasn't maybe like put perfectly in. And it's been a little creaky itself.
I'm gonna kind of freeze after I get past that spot for a second, see if anybody noticed, was paying any attention to it.
All you hear is a couple of people just kind of look around and they go, this fucking place blows, man. The air conditioning sounds like shit. Yeah. Should probably fucking check it though. Go send a couple guys outside. Go check it. Make sure nobody's up there fucking with it. Give me a perception check.
That would be a 12.
Okay. With a 12, you can hear footfalls of about 2 or 3 people. Heavy boots. You can't you can't quite tell like where they're going, but then you start to hear like doors opening and things like that, and you hear them sort of like just get quieter and quieter as they walk away.
I'm gonna continue on down the way. I'm gonna try to get out of line of sight.
Okay.
I feel like if someone were to stick their head in the hole.
Okay. Roll stealth for me one more time.
That's a natural 20. So 22 total.
Okay. So basically this air duct is pretty much a straight shot. And then it dumps down just a little bit. And as you get to the end of the air duct and you look over, there is what you can tell to be sort of a laser fence around the air duct that's in there. And beyond that, you are looking down basically into a like security and server room. So you believe that you can get far enough away from that if somebody were to kind of like poke their head and look down it's not lit. So it's and it's dark out as you guys have been waiting to do this. And so it's not like anybody's going to necessarily see you where you're sort of posed up. But you are looking down through the vent into what, there's tile floor. There's a bunch of people sitting at computers with 3-4 screens going at a time. You can make out a couple of walleye cameras that are sitting in there as well. And just off in the distance, you can just kind of see like blinking lights and things like that going.
You said there's a laser fence on the thing.
Yep.
Could my spider's web utility interact with that?
You can roll to try.
Might as well. I mean, that's what I paid money for. So will it be a software in that for that?
That is
or electronics.
Yeah, it'd be electronics things. You're trying to physically hack through a piece of security equipment.
Natural 20.
You're gonna have to audit these rolls.
I'm gonna need next week. I'm gonna need top-down cameras as well. Like I'm gonna need everybody to have picture-in-picture.
I promise I'm not cheating.
You don't get to look at our pants. Swimmers don't have legs.
I know we're just from like shoulders up is what it is. That's all of us are just shoulders up.
So with my bonus to the spider stuff, that would be 23.
Okay. Let's roll. Let's see if I can hear you.
Oh wait, I didn't add my electronics to that.
Yeah.
So that'd be 29.
Okay. With a 29, it takes you a little while. Essentially what you're trying to do is bypass any of the sensors from there. And as you bypass the fence, you are able to essentially just take the vent and almost just have it go and open up, but leaving the laser fence intact, essentially. With the spider fingers, you're kind of able to kind of get around it, unscrew, and then just have it go. But it does not, you don't believe that it trips the laser fence in the time.
All right.
But now there's an open hatch in front of you.
Well, my options are to just leave it as is and hope someone maybe continue on down the air vent as maybe a distraction, or just jump through and hope this fence doesn't notice me somehow.
Well, Cupcake's small enough to get through the vent. Like the vent is the same width as the air duct. Because it's a server room, so it's pumping in a lot of cold air.
Do I have enough room to get past the laser fence without touching it as I go through?
If you roll high enough on stealth, possibly.
What's the range on my spider fingers? Do I actually have to touch things, or can I
Yes.
like shoot it down into the room?
You have to touch things, yes. Range is touch on this spell.
I just magic missile everybody in the room.
You can't do. Yeah, that's not how this works. Physics still apply.
All right. Well, I mean, I might as well use her while I have her. So I guess I'm gonna try to get past the fence. I just hope all my 20s don't come to bite me ass with a 1.
So are you going to basically try to? So talk me through this. Are you just gonna like jump down? Are you trying to like acrobat and hold on to it? Like, what are you trying to do? Because directly below you is somebody sitting at a desk. And then next to another person is another somebody. So are you trying to like basically like spider pig this shit? Or are you about to like roll initiative?
Well, is there anything anywhere that I could see that could potentially do some VR style acrobatics? Is there any chandeliers nearby I can swing?
There are no chandeliers in this particular room, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna scrub this. Is there more air vent down the way?
Not.
Or is it like terminate in this?
It terminates
spot?
in this one where the server room is. Yes.
Okay. Guess I'm gonna try to acrobatic my way into it somehow. Like you said, there's servers in there. Is there one that's close enough I might be able to potentially swing to?
I am going to put a picture into the Discord for you all real quick, so you can see what I am talking about. After we get past all the anime pictures, it looks like.
Hi, you didn't need to call us out, man.
There's a lot of anime going on in the Discord right now, which I'm okay with, by the way, because it's we're all doing animes that I think I haven't seen in half of these, so I'm sorry. I'll get better.
Count it.
I'll get better.
It's the bottom right foot of the room.
As a matter of fact, it is. Yes.
Whereabouts is the vent in that room?
Pretty much right between the two desks.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
Well, on second thought, I'm gonna hop on the Quancom and bring up Katassi.
Okay.
It's like, hey, I'm in their building. I'm above the server room. I do have a remote link you can use. Do you think you could do anything from here?
Let me see.
He's not
drive-
he's not a broadcast, by the way. He's got to be physically plugged in. He does not broadcast your signal for you. So you're either hacking in from the outdoors, or he's plugged into something else. That's the way that this has been working. Because he doesn't have a glow that can basically like repeat your signal.
I have a satellite with extended radio.
That's so you can actually pilot the thing. For your that's part of the quantum computing.
Well, shit. Okay, well, can you maybe see something that might help you crack it on their screens? Because my choices right now are to send cupcakes in there and probably trigger literally every response they have in here right now, or leave. Like maybe someone has their conveniently has the password window open, the password management window open, or something.
There's nothing that you can plug into anywhere near where you're at?
There's a laser grid. I assume they haven't conveniently run networking cables down the air duct.
No, they have not. They did not do that.
Boy, that would be convenient for us.
Right?
I got a laser grid. I don't know if you can do anything with that.
Other than suppress it, I can't think of anything.
Well, then it might be time to pull a little cupcakes out of here then, and maybe try another entrance if they don't spot me. So I mean, the vent's open. They're probably gonna know something's up real quick.
All right. So you're gonna pull muffin. You're gonna pull cupcake out.
Yeah, I knew I should have equipped her with trank darts or something.
Dropped a fucking can of something in there, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. As you go back up, roll perception check for me.
That would be a 6.
As you are getting right back up to where you were at, where you had ripped the hole open into it, you hear footsteps, and you do actually like hear people going, "The fuck? This AC unit been like this the whole time? No wonder it fucking sucks in there."
I'm gonna be as quiet and still as I possibly can.
Roll stealth check for me.
This is the wrong time to let loose a fart.
Robot fart.
So my stealth check was an 11. This is where I pay for all those 20s.
As you stop, and as you stop, you just kind of hear bam bam on top of it, and you rattle a little bit inside of it, and they go, "Wait a minute." And you just see like a set of eyes, like as you're looking at it, what was light coming in the outside starts to get eclipsed as a head just kind of like comes over the opening a little bit. And that is where we will stop this week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
You know what happened? You know what happened with that roll?
What's
I
that?
set aside my 20 dice, so I couldn't. Felt bad about rolling so many 20s, so I set it aside, and I thought it was the same one because they're the same color, but it was not. I was betrayed by it.
You were betrayed.
The problem is this will be the episode of Dirty 20s. Next week will be the episode of Natural Ones.
No, don't you dare.
Well,
What
as
is
it
with you
stands-
people and jinxing this?
As it stands, I'm gonna need some natural 20s because I think I'm probably just gonna end up just running back down the event and just like doing a gainer onto somebody's head.
Well, basically what you're saying is Cupcakes is about to get destroyed.
Probably.
You never know. You never
You
know.
never know.
But you will find out next week on Angel City Stories. Until then, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Wear a mask. Get vaccinated. You can get vaccinated and then tell people, yeah, I don't want to get vaccinated. Whatever. Just get it done. Drink your water. And take your vitamins as well. And we'll see you then. Eve would like you to drink your water and take your vitamins.
Wow.
Yeah. Just up in it.
Put your vaccination in your water and drink it.
It's just
That's
you're
not how that
charged.
works. That's not how that works. Yeah.
No, don't do what Joe said.
Yeah.
Joe is not in charge of science for a reason.
There's a cardinal rule where we just do not listen to Joe.
It's probably a good
He
one.
was intimidating. Yes, Bit Eve can be.
Yep. It's all good. Until then, we will see you next week. We love you so much. And be good, okay? All right. Mwah! Good night, y'all.